Welcome to VAP Steel, located in the heart of East Pittsburgh, where industry, innovation, and community come together to create quality steel solutions. As a family-owned and operated business, VAP Steel is proudly led by the Mazur family, bringing a personal touch and deep-rooted commitment to excellence. With a focus on product quality and customer service, VAP Steel has established itself as a trusted partner for clients across various industries. Join me, James Webster, as we go behind the scenes with VAP Steel to explore their approach to industry leadership, cutting-edge technology, and dedication to their customers. I'm James Webster, and this is Owners and Operators.
So really our business has three main components. So we have currently the main focus, the main revenue stream of our business is tool processing. So that's a profit per line hour business. So we're charging for time on our line.
The machine.
Time on our line. So obviously the greater our throughput, the greater our profits because we're profit per line hour.
Got it.
Then there's the brokerage side of the business, which is essentially buying and selling metal. And then the third portion would be storage. And then we also have a sister company, TARS Trucking, that handles all the shipments, all the logistics and shipment of metal in and out of our facility. So without value added, TARS really doesn't exist, but TARS really serves as a value added.
Yep, makes sense.
So
what process does the metal come to you?
it comes in full coil form.
So it's coiled up already?
It's already in coil form.
And it's ready to...
Yeah, we slid anything from plastic to stainless steel we slid a lot of copper, slid galvanized. Aluminum. A majority of our business right now is galvanized from a volume standpoint.
And that would mostly be used for HVAC or?
They use a lot of it for HVAC, construction, solar, some automotive.
And now what is the purpose of slitting it?
So we'd slit it to a size, and then that would be shipped to our customer, and they would either run it through a roll former, or they would stamp parts out of it, so that way it can run through their machine. And the reason they don't do that at the mill, because most people say, well, why doesn't the mill just produce it at smaller sizes? Due to economies of scale, they want to get as much material through as quickly as possible, so it makes more sense for them to run the coils larger, because if you have a wider coil, you get more weight through your line, and
Sure.
they make more money per line hour, just like we're making more line.
And what do you do with the leftover?
So typically they'll use most of almost the entire width of the coil, except a 1/4 inch on each side.
Got it.
And that scrap then gets sent to our scrap dealer,
Sure.
and then recycles it.
Pays you for it, right?
They pay us for it, and what they do is, back to the making of steel, there's mini mills or electric arc furnaces, and what they do is they take that scrap and they melt it down and put it back into the ladle to make more steel. So mills buy it from my my scrap dealer.
Got it. And talk about the different materials that you do work on. So you have steel, aluminum, copper, titanium,
Yep.
right? What else do you guys work with?
We work with plastic. We actually slit plastic that goes into.
And what would somebody use that? Why would somebody have plastic slitted?
So if you go to a hardware store, you'll see even that plexiglass type material. That's kind of what we'd be talking about. So they would use that for little jobs around the house, right? And then there's even some roofing that's made out of plastic. And for signage, there's a lot of signage that's made out of plastic. So there's a lot of applications for plastic.
What product is mostly used for HVAC and automotive?
Galvanized.
Galvanized steel.
Yeah, galvanized steel, galvanized carbon steel.
And that's what you had said before, that's primarily the material that you're using, that you're manufacturing or putting through your plant today?
Yeah, correct. It's the majority of the stuff that we tool process is galvanized.
Galvanized.
So.
And so you and
carbon steel, just as a general thing.
Sure, and we'll walk around and check it out in a few minutes. But so you take that coiled steel And you're uncoiling it, correct?
Yes. Yeah, so essentially it's like if you have I'm an analogy guy, so you have like one toilet paper roll of, the toilet paper roll of steel goes on the uncoiler, and then gets recoiled on the other end, but in between there it goes through a series of knives, and those knives are set up via our Edge Master system, which essentially sets up the knives to create the right horizontal and vertical clearance to get the right cut ratio, and it's almost like a can opener. So it goes through there, just like you use a can opener, you have the two wheels.
Sure, yeah.
That's how the metal goes through. So it
kind
goes
of feeds
it through, and it cuts it and breaks it. So.
And then recoils it on the other end.
Then recoils it. So, and then it almost looks like it's an egg slicer, right? If you took an egg and you sliced it, so you have a bunch of different, we call them malts. So you'll probably hear me say that, just malt, like as in multiple cut. So we have a bunch of slit cuts or slit malts on the recoiler.
Do you guys do any custom jobs for people? Like if they said, hey, I need this done, but it's one off from what you typically
I'd say actually every job is probably can be kind of a custom job per se, because what we're doing is we're setting the knives up based on the customer specification.
So everything's kind of programmed into the computers, into the equipment.
And then the guys currently they set the knives up manually. Eventually we'll be looking to upgrade that to probably a robot, so the guys aren't lugging around 50-pound tolling to put onto the slither head.
How often do you have to sharpen those?
The knives get sharpened. It depends what we're running, to be honest. Because if you have more linear footage, you're going to obviously run more metal on that knife.
Yep.
Whereas if you have, you're running a heavier gauge coil, you're going to have less linear footage on that knife. So it varies, but I'd say on average once every 3 weeks, and we rotate sets in and out.
Okay. Oh, so it's pretty frequent.
Pretty frequent, yeah. I mean, obviously you want to get as much usage out of the knives as possible.
Yeah, of course. Now, without revealing your clients' names, who is your core client? What type of an industry are they in?
We've diversified very well, so we deal a lot with metal brokers, we deal a lot with construction companies, HVAC customers, customers who make bus bar, customers who make solar.
Yeah.
What for solar? You've mentioned it a few times, but I didn't know.
Parts for panels.
No, so it's actually tubes. So they make tubes they'll make a lot of torque tubes that will be used to adjust the solar panel so that it actually is catching the sunlight.
Got it.
So that tube essentially rotates the solar panel.
During the day?
Yeah.
Different times?
Yeah, it tilts it up and down.
You guys have plans for expansion?
Yes, so we're looking to, eventually we'd like to, just like we added the buy and sell when I took over in 2017, we'd like to get into an end product eventually down the road. We have a couple ideas for that.
So it's something that's already produced?
So essentially just like how some of our customers make a part, right?
Sure,
so,
ductwork.
Well, yeah, we'll call it a tube, right?
Yep.
Say we were going to make it, eventually we'd like to make either a tube or something that isn't just that's part of our big expansion plan, is to get into an actual product.
Okay, that makes sense.
Really focusing on tube, because we have a partner, and that's really the part we're looking to make is tube.
Right, is tube.
Because we have
a partner with a tube mill, and we have a close relationship with them, and they enable us to use their equipment without putting up the working capital initially for that mill.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a no-brainer to work on actually developing our own product.
Yeah, that's awesome. And with this line of work, the equipment is just the cost of it
so
is
expensive.
Yeah. Who handles the back end of the business? And I look at the back end like the accounting, the operation, the books. Who usually handles that?
So I'd say Jill handles the back end on the finance side. I handle the operations.
Yes.
Got it.
So I put together the operation plan.
Mark and I work very closely together. I mean, obviously, the operations can't happen without finances.
Yep.
And it needs to make sense financially. So we work very closely together to develop the business plan. I run our accounting team, but we work hand in hand. So both of us
all day long, like
yes.
kind of going back and forth with it.
And then our brother handles the sales
Right.
sales side of the business.
How do you handle customer service, or what's the philosophy behind customer service?
It's a good question. I believe in just treating the customer. We believe in treating the customer right, giving them answers, even when it's bad news. So to me, it's just honest communication.
Yep.
That's the key to any relationship, is honest communication. Also, anything that we can streamline that doesn't have to be, so for instance, we have automatic production reports, automatic BOLs, automatic invoicing, anything that we can take the human error and element out to make it more streamlined for our customers, that's what we're about.
Yeah,
So,
automate it, take that human error out.
yeah, so that way we can actually answer their real problems rather than fetch them paperwork.
Yep, no, it makes sense.
I hate paperwork.
Yeah, me
So
too.
so when it comes to customer service, that's one of the things that's made us more scalable, but it's also created a better relationship for our customers. Because it could be 4 a.m, I could have my third shift producing a coil. As soon as that coil is produced, sends their customer sales rep an email saying that the coil is ready.
It's ready to go.
So they don't have to worry or wonder or wait the next morning. They wake up and they have their production.
They know
report.
that what's
It's done.
ready and what's done. How do you, so the staff that you have here,
Yes.
how do you train them? How does that work? It's
Yep.
it's not your general business.
No,
like,
it's very skilled labor. So people will say, "Oh, it's unskilled labor." They don't know what they're talking about. People who say that, it's very skilled jobs. We've been working to upskill a lot of the jobs, trying to again eliminate tasks and really create better jobs. So we do a lot of on-the-job training. We do a lot of training before they even enter the plant. Make sure they know the standard operating procedures. We've revised all the standard. That was one of the big things that I did when I took over, was I went into detail on each standard operating procedure on how we do things, right? And that also opens up the process of why do we do that.
Yep.
So, when people used to tell me that, well, why do we do this? It's the way we've always done it. It was a good way to not working here anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I could
so
see
now
that.
now we're actually, we're doing things for a reason. We're trying to streamline processes, and it makes it easier to train people if they know why they're doing something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we're a team. Honestly, one of the other things is we've created a family atmosphere here. We're a smaller company. It allows us to pivot, but it also allows us to treat our employees more like family.
Yep.
That said, I'm the dad of the family. Sometimes you got to kick the kid out of the house.
Yep.
So we've been able to really build a strong family and a strong team here.
Thank you for spending time with us at VAP Steel. We hope you've enjoyed learning about their commitment to innovation, quality, and community impact. If you're interested in discovering more inspiring local businesses and initiatives, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for upcoming features. And if you or someone you know would like to showcase a business or organization, leave a comment below or reach out to us directly. Together, we can continue supporting the meaningful work happening all around us. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time on Owners and Operators.